Hello. Make sure we're in focus here. There it is. So, welcome back to the channel. I am Kyle, the Drifting Drifter. This is my current home, the Airstream B190. I had no idea what they were or anything about them, that they even existed, when I happened to trade for it. So, I'm living in that while I am building the school bus. So I just wanted to give you an update on the school bus. It is a 99 Bluebird with a 24 valve Cummins, Allison 3060 automatic. It has all the underneath storage on it. I'm sure you can see all that. Plenty of storage underneath. Looks like 3 compartments on this side, at least 4 on the other. Take a little walk around and it'll take you inside. So this bus cost me roughly $3,000. There's all the cabinets. There's single cabinets with double doors. So there's 1, 2, 3 big cabinets. I'll show you those, I guess, since we're here. So they're pretty deep. I don't think that one's going to open, actually, so we'll screw this one. I did have to cut a few of the hinge door handles off, the rivets, because they were obviously rusted shut or what have you. So anyways, this is my school bus. I'll take you inside. Apologize for the mess. I am in the middle of converting it. So step 1, remove all the seats. That is complete. Step 2 was to install this subfloor. So these are 1x3s, which are obviously 2.5 by 3/4, and then I have 1/4 inch just standard plywood rated for subflooring, and there's 3 of these 1x3s per sheet of plywood, so 1 on each end with the overlap, 1 in the center, and then I filled that void with insulation. I used foil faced right here, this stuff, 3/4 inch, and then lay this over top of it so I have a little bit of floor insulation. Then of course it took me a while to figure out how to do the framing, but what I ended up deciding to do was, so the front window on either side I left completely open for light purposes and safety while driving, but the rest of them, other than the emergency windows, I blocked off the bottom window, and then I filled the void against the window with this insulation. You can obviously see that right here. And I screwed them, pre-drilled and screwed into the center of this, and I did have to back them out just a little bit because this insulation was pushing against this and making the window somewhat tough to pull down. So went ahead and compensated for that, just didn't suck them so tight to the framing there. So on this side I actually used 1 inch. This stuff right here is what I used, 1 inch foam, and it was actually a little bit too thick. You'll be able to see probably right in here. So that'll suck in a little ways most of the way, but I'll just have to keep that in mind when I'm putting plywood or whatever. I have been considering using pallet wood to go over this, just because it's obviously going to be cheaper / free. But so this side, obviously, got that one section done there because I had a leftover from the one sheet. But I need to cut some sheets of 1 inch for those voids down there, obviously. And then, yeah, so obviously the back of this, as I've stated before, is going to be a car hauler. It's going to be a garage portion. So right there in this opening here, this opening here is going to be the air conditioner. This is just going to be wall here, and then right in this section right here will be the doorway, be an access to the rear. So I just tried to make it as easy as possible to make the doorway. Took a little bit of R&D, redneck engineering, that sort of thing. So I have my sink, I have my refrigerator, microwave, my freshwater tank right there, water heater right there. If I want to use that mop sink, that was intended to be my shower, but I might just use some tile. So this here is my flooring. It's obviously just some click together tongue and groove type flooring. I don't know for sure that it's waterproof or anything like that. I should find that out. Probably says on there somewhere, but regardless, this is where my bathroom is going to be, right over this window here. I kind of wanted the emergency exit in the bathroom, one of the emergency exits. Not really sure why, just kind of something that came to mind, and I just kind of wanted that. So that's what I did. And of course, when you come in here, you'll be entering this way, and then the bathroom will actually go kind of this way to probably that stud. So like so. Whoops, like so. And then, so since I wanted the emergency exit open, and I'll give you, this is waist height right here. So when you're using the restroom, I wanted some privacy, so that's where these automotive stickers come in. I will be collecting and adding more so that I can shower or urinate in privacy, I guess. When it starts to steam up in there, you just open that up a little bit, get a nice breeze going through. It actually feels great, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. There we go. Yeah, so anyway, sit you down here and do a little bit of chit-chatting, I suppose, about if I can find a place to sit this. Maybe I move toolbox. So yeah, I've been working on this when I get time. I'm obviously doing some drifting, and that takes a lot of my free time. Plus my work wants me to work overtime. So overtime is nice on the paycheck, but I have a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, as far as the school bus, I have a couple of upgrades or repairs I need to do to the Airstream. This bus has been kind of a slow project. I bought it and then ripped all the seats out, and then ripped about half the flooring up, and then I broke my wrist. So that was a pretty big setback for a little while there. I think I was in a cast for about 6 or 8 weeks. Probably 6. I guess I would say I was in a cast. It was a removable cast. It was not a formed one. So I was in the large removable cast for roughly 5 weeks, and then I switched to a smaller splint for another couple weeks, and yada yada yada. I fell off the bicycle. Pretty stupid, but it is what it is. So yeah, I initially planned, of course, if you watch my first school bus video, of course I planned to take off all of the tin on the walls, and probably planned on taking the tin off the interior of the roof. But those rivets on the top are stainless steel, and I did not have the ambition to cut that off. There is a little bit of insulation up there, so I'm just going to roll with it. I will be installing a pretty hefty air conditioner unit. Maybe not real big. I believe the smallest one I could get is like 5100 BTU or something like that. So I'll probably get somewhere 6,000 or 7,000. It's going to be pretty well insulated, you know, considering. But the furnace, as far as the wintertime goes, I would like to become a snowbird, obviously, and go south for the winter, but I'm not sure that's going to happen this year. Excuse me. So I have a 24,000 BTU furnace that I'll be installing. Should be no problemo. Auto light, ducted style. So it'll run off the thermostat, the batteries, and when I acquire it, the solar. So yeah. Other than that, it's kind of a mess in here, but it's coming along. The hardest part for me to be completely honest, was designing the layout. And I'll show you what I did there. Because I drew it up, and I drew it up, and I drew it up again, and I drew it up again, and I could not, for the life of me, decide. I'll be honest with you, the placement of the back wall is proportionate to a car. So I'll be hauling my Fox Body Mustang, which, according to Wikipedia, the bumper-to-bumper length on that is 14.9 feet, maybe. So it's under 15 feet. But so initially the plan was to set this bus up to haul just the Mustang. Well, then I considered purchasing a different drift car in the future, and so I went off the dimensions of my potential future car just to make sure I would be able to fit it. Of course, I was interested in the Toyota Cressida Mark II, what have you, or for a little bit I considered like a Lexus LS400. But those cars are so heavy and they only come in an automatic that I kind of ruled out the LS400. Right now I'm not going to be doing anything but the Mustang, probably for several years. The Mustang has come a long way in the 3 to 4 years since I've had it, and it's finally to the point where I can drive the hell out of it, you know, and I know what it's going to do. It's predictable, that type of thing. So anyways, there's should be 16 feet of car hauler space. My friend Colin has a LT1 Camaro. It's an F-body, and that measures over 16 feet. So with any luck, with a 4-foot dovetail, we should be able to grab that couple extra inches off the angle of the dovetail to accommodate for if I ever do need to put a longer car inside, which I most likely will not. A big portion of the reason for this bus is to get me and at least one other driving friend further. So right now our biggest events, our only events currently, are about 4 hours away. That's the closest one. Next week is the opening of the Sandbeck Race Development, I believe. It's going to be North Dakota drifting the plains. They're opening that next week. Will be the first event on a brand new track. So that one there is going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes away. That'll be nice. But, you know, I want to make it out to Shawano, Wisconsin, to US Air. I hear great things about that track, and of course the Roller Coaster of Love. That's one thing I really want to try and drive is US Air. That's about 9 hours from here. So instead of everybody taking, you know, one truck and one trailer, the bus will be able to fit 2 cars, one inside, one on the trailer, and then at least, you know, 4 or 5 friends with places to sit, places to sleep. Since it's kind of tight up here, I'm not going to have any too many designated sleeping areas. But I will have, obviously, my bed. I will have at least one couch that'll fold out into a bed. And then I'll probably have room for a cot. And then, of course, when we're at the track, I'll have the car unloaded. So the back, we can hang hammocks, set up more cots, that type of thing. So should have plenty of room for several people to sleep inside the bus here. Just to get out of the elements and get out of a tent. A lot of guys tent it, and they don't like to do that. So, yeah. Anyway, just wanted to give you a little update on the bus. Like I said, it's been a slow project, but it is coming along. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the design deal that I did. So I don't know where my, I used graph paper. I don't know if you can hear me right now. Come on. I used graph paper and I drew it to scale. I drew just pretty much a big square. And what I did is I actually made these little deals to scale, roughly a refrigerator. I have a bathroom. I have my bed, one couch, one dresser, sink, oven, that type of thing. So I just drew these all to scale, cut them out, and then placed them. It took me a lot